I am deciding that this year, 2023, this is going to be the year that I actually start accomplishing the dreams. This is the first video. I'm deciding to take it to the next level.
Goals you can absolutely plan for. You can say, I want to be a lawyer, so I go to law school and then I become a lawyer. A dream, something that you've never seen before, something that you believe it needs to exist but doesn't already exist, requires an unreasonable relationship with risk. You have to bet on yourself and on yourself alone, which is why you hear so many incredible creatives like an Issa Rae or a Quinta Brunson. They'll say, I did not know how I was going to get there, but I knew I was going to bet on myself and I was certain it was going to happen. And by definition, that's what makes them dreamers.
And I'm trying to be a better person, and I'm trying to build habits, and I'm trying to progress. But I think I'm looking in the wrong places. I think I need to look at my life right now and think about how can I optimize my life, every part of it. What are the things that are holding me back? And that is not just holding me back from my life and opportunities, but that's holding me back from whatever God could do in my life, because I feel like I have to have control. Maybe I need to cut it all back, roll it all back, and move with faith first. I'm trying to tap into the spirit. If you clicked on this video, you can see that it's a long one, a very long video. So I just wanted to make this intro so that I can explain what you're going to watch, just so you don't click off as soon as it gets to something that's not what you thought. So the video started out maybe a month or two ago when I thought, I need to get my life together a little bit. I need to make a change, something like that. You know, that when you get that fire of, I'm tired of how things are right now. I got to make some kind of change. I got to do something. And so I basically thought, what if I try to, I don't know, it was just instinctually I knew I need to elevate energetically or something. So then I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. I've been dabbling in affirmations, positivity, manifestations, law of attraction, frequencies, all of this stuff, spirituality, faith. So all of that basically in my own way. So I'm not doing like, I don't believe in the universe. I'm Christian and all of that. And then people have their opinions on that, you know, if you're Christian, then doing law of attraction stuff is hypocritical, or if you're Christian, the law of attraction stuff is like, what's the word? Blasphemy or stuff like that. Like it's anti-Christian. I don't know. All I'm telling you is I have my own path in relationship with God and my experience of what that means to have faith and trust Him and all these things. So for many years, I've tried to trust God and like put my faith in all of that. But I think all this time I was kind of like, I trust God, but I didn't feel full faith on an actual energetic level. So I've been trying to do that. And a part of that is trying to lean into, like, maybe I can manifest my dreams. So this video, I believe it is titled, How to Follow Your Dreams and Clean Out Your Closet. That's what I think I'm calling it. So it is about, you know, that was the beginning where I was like, I need to get things together. And also at the same time, there's a closet clean out because I've been working on organizing my room for the past year or more. And the biggest project recently has been cleaning out the closet so that I could open the closet. I think you can see it there. Open the closet doors, take those off, make sure all my clothes are in there. I recently got a new desk here and I had a clothing rack there. So this is the progress that's happened, and you're going to see throughout this video how I kind of got to this point. But putting in the desk and the keyboard and all of that is going to be in another video in the future. That's going to be the full room reorganization. So subscribe for that if you want, but I'll also mention that at the end of the video if you even make it to the end. I'm trying to do this intro really fast. So just so you know, if you click the video for like following your dreams type of thing, that is in this video. And there's a really good talk that I had with myself in the middle of the video, or in a couple minutes if you keep watching. So that part's actually good if you're interested in that and what I had to say, because I think I made some really good points about having faith in your future and not being all about planning and kind of controlling your life, but kind of letting go and trusting that things will go correctly or the way that they should. And so if you want to get to that part's actually really good. So when you're watching and it starts to get to the cleaning out the closet part, if that's not as interesting to you, there are definitely parts about following your dreams and things like that. And then I might do a voiceover near the end of the video. I just haven't gotten there yet. So that's what this video is. It is me saying, I really need to start, I really want to accomplish my dreams, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm trying to figure this out. So it's that. And then at the same time, I was cleaning out my closet. So that's what the video is. I just wanted to give you that intro so you know. And yeah, so please enjoy. And then make sure you subscribe if you're interested in both the following your dreams thing, because I'm documenting that whole journey. I am accomplishing my dreams and my goals and creating my dream life. That's what I've been doing recently. So subscribe for that if you want. And then also subscribe if you want to see the full room redecoration that's going on, because the transformation already has been really crazy, because the room was really bad before. It was really bad and really full of stuff. So I've made a lot of progress. So subscribe for that. And other than that, you can enjoy the video. I'll talk to you later. In 2020, I decided to change my life by accomplishing goals and building new habits. And now it is 2023. It is March 19th. And I need to change my life more. I don't know how to explain my mentality of why I say these things, but I will maybe explain along the way. I am deciding that this year, 2023, this is going to be the year that I actually start accomplishing the dreams, or at least the big things. And I'm going to turn my life, not turn it around. My life isn't bad, but I need to jumpstart it and take it to the next level. So this is the first video. I'm deciding to take it to the next level somehow. The first thing I need to do is clean out my wardrobe. I know. I don't know if this will be interesting, but I need to do it because I'm trying to redesign my whole room, and my wardrobe is a big part of that. I need to get rid of a lot of clothes. I don't know if you can see over here. I've got a lot of clothes here, and there's the closet. And it's clothes down there. I'm gonna do videos along the way while I actually, get my life together again in a new way. It's not about habits this time. It's got to be about the whole picture. I'll talk about the other goals later, but first video, fixing my wardrobe, minimizing it, and I have a video that will come out at some point about the whole room redesign, but this video right now is step 1. Clean out my closet, minimize this wardrobe, make some space. Next step after that, optimize this room for creativity, music, practice, and production. Optimize it for studying and focus. So I want to minimize this room as much as possible. That video, when that is all done, will come out later, but right now, let me get these clothes figured out. So for years, it's always been my goals and trying to make things happen and trying to accomplish things and trying to start habits. It has made me a better person, and I have grown as a person, and I'm more under control, which is what I wanted, and I'm better developed as a person. But I have not moved, I have not changed along my timeline of life. I haven't gotten to the next moment. There have been little changes, like graduating from college, starting a job, these things. But most of the things that have ever happened are that and buying more things to fill a void of feeling like I am not progressing as a person. So the best I can do is just buy things to feel like I am progressing and gaining. And my goals, I always pile on too many and too many tasks and practices that I want to start and habits on all of that. And for the past year, I have been fighting to try to do these things. But I need to accept right now in this moment that I can't do it all. I can't do it. Because I don't have time. I don't have... And I don't think people believe that if I say that. But what I need to accept is that I work a 9 to 5 for 5 days of the week. And I don't work from home. I don't have a hybrid job. I work in the office, the old school way. And I already stay up really late every night. But a lot of that is because I have... I hate to say it, but I kind of have a disorder that I don't want to use it as an excuse, but unfortunately, it's like an OCD based thing that ends up taking up a lot of my time. And I wish it didn't, and I wish I could stop it. I've gotten better, but it's not great. So I'm struggling with, I'm living this life, and I'm working a 9 to 5, and I'm trying to be a better person, and I'm trying to build habits, and I'm trying to progress, but I think I'm looking in the wrong places. I think progressing doesn't mean continuing to build habits and practices when I don't have the time. I don't have the time, and I don't have the financial means either, but I need to look at my life right now and think about how can I optimize my life, every part of it. What are the things that are holding me back? I'm trying to do the manifestation type of thing. I've got literally a frequency playlist playing right now because I kind of believe in this. Okay, what is this? Right now it's 396 hertz. I believe that music has power. So I've got these frequencies. I believe it does make me feel something. And when I found out that these frequencies, if you look it up, what is it called? The solfeggio frequencies. When I found out that those frequencies are used in Gregorian chants, which I love Gregorian chants, that's when I knew that this works. This music, it does something. The frequencies, I don't believe it can, I wouldn't say I don't believe. I believe it's possible that it can heal things inside of you, whatever. But what I know for sure is that I feel a difference with the music. And I think it does do something. So I've got that playing. I'm trying to do the manifestation things, but because I am Christian and I believe in God, I think that He is the one manifesting. I just have to have the faith and the confidence that He will manifest the right things for me. But I have to be open to that because I hold myself back in everything. And that is not just holding me back from my life and opportunities, but that's holding me back from whatever God could do in my life because I feel like I have to have control. I have a problem with control. I don't trust a lot of things. because I want control. I want to ensure my own choices and freedom and safety. But that is not living with faith. So whether it's like manifestation that people believe in, or the God, biblical faith that things will work out, that is a trust that I guess I don't have. That's something I need to work on. To trust God and have faith that it will work out. So, I think I've been wasting my time always trying to clean up everything, clean up my life and fix it and make perfect habits. And maybe that's not the way to get to what I really want. Maybe I need to cut it all back, roll it all back, and move with faith first. And I need to stop letting my own logic and fear hold me back. I don't feel afraid, but I think when people say fear, they mean any type of you think it's not going to work out, so you don't do it. Or you don't try hard enough, or you don't continue with it, you give up. I don't have a problem with giving things up. I don't give things up, but I'm not consistent, so it's not giving up, but I'm not able to really be consistent with a lot of things. But that's a time problem. That's a me not building, because I think that it's not a habit, that it's not a consistent thing that I've built. I think that it doesn't count. It's I think I'm always trying to pick things up. My to-do lists are always this month I want to start doing this. This month I want to be consistent with this. But then it doesn't happen. So then it's next month. It's this month I want to do this. That all needs to stop, I think. Because when things aren't working out, you should change what you're doing, right? So clearly I can't get it together. Let me just be honest with myself. Let me just face it. I can't get this stuff together. For a year or more, I'm I want to start doing a consistent yoga practice. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. So I just need to give it up in that way. Give up the things that I'm obviously not doing and just leave it for someday down the line. Years from now, I'll have a consistent yoga practice. But I don't have the time. I don't have the time, and I wish I did. And people say, make time. But there are things that I need to focus on that should be taking up that time. But because I'm all or nothing, I think, well, if I can't practice guitar and I can't finish my books and I can't do yoga and I can't also do my splits practices and I can't make my YouTube videos and I can't, what else? Finish my sewing projects. I'm thinking, because I can't do all of that, let me just spend my time brainstorming how I'm gonna do it. It's what? If you can't do all of it, then just drop it all and start over. With one thing or something. I need to just cut it back. Because I'm obviously not gonna be able to do all those things ever. I'm not a type A person. I'm not a type A person. I can't get it all done just because I'm gonna make it happen. That's just not me, unfortunately. I need to probably just focus on a couple things at a time. And maybe a couple things for 5 to 10 years. Maybe I can only focus on 1 or 2 things for 5 to 10 years. Maybe I can't do everything. And I am wasting too much time trying to do it all when I'm not even working on all of it. And it probably would be better to save time and just say, you know what? I'm just going to do one of those things. Or 2 or something. I don't know. So I wrote down in my journal to forget the plans that I've made up until now. To forget all the plans. I wrote down plans for the year. I wrote down I wrote down my 2023 goals. And I wrote down a couple of months worth of planning, you know? February, March, April, May, June, July, whatever. When I make my plans, I just end up not getting the things done. So you know what? Forget the plans. Forget all the plans that I've made. Forget the plans. I think if I'm going to try to buy into this manifestation, faith, following dreams, trusting in the frequencies, the vibrations, law of attraction, I need to vibrate at a higher frequency. First of all, that's why I'm trying to tap into this. I'm trying to tap into the spirit, because I have become, over the years, more attached to logic. And I thought, and I still believe, that faith and logic are really important. I believe, not faith, I meant wisdom. There's a Freudian slip. Wisdom and logic are super duper important. I became so intellectual, I think, in my thinking, because it was like learning, like becoming an adult and learning things and becoming really what I thought of as intelligent and smart and logical, as a survival thing, because I needed to get my life together, because I had fallen into a sort of delusion. I won't go into detail, but I fell into a illogical thought mindset, an illogical mindset I accidentally fell into. And so in order to survive and recover from that, I went full on into the logic of life, because I knew that that was so important. I believe in truth. I believe in reality. And I really think it's so important. But maybe I went so far into that I have lost touch with the spiritual part of me. And in order to connect with God, a huge part of that is the spirit, is the faith, the spirit, the connecting with that part. And I just am struggling to tap into that. I can be both logical and grounded and connected with the spirit, but I have to work on my spirit side. So vibrations, frequencies, music, that's all a part of it, and faith. And maybe my lists and my goals and my to-do lists are an effort to write down my logic, somebody said on a TikTok that I just saw, and I really think I was lucky to see this TikTok. This girl was saying that, goals are logic based, and you can get goals done. You can accomplish goals, like go to college and graduate and get a certain job. That's a goal oriented thing, and you can do that. But dreams are not logical, because a dream, inherently, you don't know how you're going to get there, and you don't know how to logically plan for it, and you don't actually know for sure if it's going to happen.
I need some of you to understand that being rational will get you a goal, but won't get you a dream. Dreams, by definition, do not follow control or rationale. Goals you can absolutely plan for. You can say, I want to be a lawyer, so I go to law school and then I become a lawyer. A dream, something that you've never seen before, something that you believe it needs to exist but doesn't already exist, requires an unreasonable relationship with risk. You have to bet on yourself and on yourself alone, which is why you hear so many incredible creatives like an Issa Rae or a Quinta Brunson. They'll say, I did not know how I was going to get there, but I knew I was going to bet on myself, and I was certain it was going to happen. And by definition, that's what makes them dreamers. At some point in a big dream, what you can see will tell you that you're going to fail. And you have to decide that there is an alternate reality where that is impossible.
But with a goal, a regular old goal, you know that with your logic, if you do certain tasks and it'll take this certain amount of time, then it will happen. So it's logical and it feels safe. But a dream is illogical. Because how do you know how do you know it's gonna happen? You have to go blindly into it, feeling like and knowing with faith that it's going to happen. And right before I saw that video, I was thinking, how am I ever going to have the life that I want? Because it feels like, I don't know, I can't see the path. And that scares me because I want control. But I can't have control. If I want to be closer to God and have more faith and be closer in with the Spirit, I have to let go of control. My human survival body wants control, but I can't guarantee control in everything. So, looking into my future, the fear of that I can't see it, I can't see the path in any goal that I have or hope or dream, the path to it is like non-existent in my head. I can't see it. So because I can't see the path, I feel like I can't trust that it will happen, or I am so scared that it won't. And that blocks my brain off immediately. It's like my mind goes dark because I can't see the path. And I was trying to tell myself, you have to trust that God has the path. You have to trust it. You have to trust it because it's written. It's, you know, you say that you want to believe that, but I can't get to it. I have this block because of my logic. And once again, logic is important. I believe in that, but you need both. I need to get that spirit and that faith because I can't see the path. So maybe forget all the plans, forget my to-do list, forget my goals. The path is unseeable. So the to-do lists and the goals written down don't really make any difference. I'm not a type A person, so writing down the goals doesn't mean that I'm actually getting it done. If I was a type A person, then writing down my goals like that would work, but unfortunately it hasn't worked so far. It worked in 2020 because I had so much time, but it doesn't work today, so I have to change it up. I have to change what I'm doing. So, I think with the time that I have right now, working a 9 to 5, all of that, I should only focus on 2 to 3 things, right? So forgetting all the plans that I've made up until now, blank slate. If I start everything now, blank slate. Blank because my future in my mind seems blank. I have the hopes, right? But the path is blank. The path is empty. So let's start empty. Let's just start empty right now. The future, right now I'm sitting here, right? Let's play an experiment, thought experiment. If I started over right now, because if I said, there's nothing in the past and there's nothing in the future, not that there's a void and there's emptiness in the future, but that there's nothing visible in the future. Right now, I cannot see it right now. That means that anything could happen and anything can be in that future, but I don't know it yet. So where do I start now then? I guess what I'm thinking would be a good method is that if we're talking about the spirit and faith and building your own reality, basically, within the actual reality and the limitations of the actual reality, of course, if I approach this as open as possible with the possibilities, maybe it would be good to not think based on things I've seen before, right? Because I think I built my goals and my dreams on things that I have seen before. That I have seen, I have my favorite musicians and favorite singers that I imagine myself in their position. I have seen beautiful houses, so I use those images that have already existed to think of my future reality. But my future reality won't look like any of these things that I've seen before. My future reality I won't have a house like anyone's had before. I won't have a career like anyone's had before. I won't have music like anyone's had before. I won't make art like anyone has made before. I won't look like anyone has looked before. I won't dress like anyone's dressed before. My future husband won't be just like any husband that's existed before. My children will be new and will have never existed before. Everything in my future will have never existed before. So to try to create in my mind my future based on all the things I've seen, that is just like replaying a movie in my head over and over again. But that doesn't mean that's going to be my life. So I don't need to make strategic decisions to get me to the lives that other people have already lived. Right? I don't need to think, well, these people lived in this location and they succeeded, so I should do that. I don't need to try to copy other people's lives to achieve what they have achieved. That's not how it works. The faith is that there is something that I don't need to worry about because I am not everybody else. And my path will be different than everybody else's. There's so many different variables in life that probably for every single human that's ever existed in history, not a single one of them has ever had a life exactly like another human, ever. The different variables, the personality traits, the interaction with somebody, and your eyes do a certain thing and they don't like how your eyes looked, so then you don't ever talk to that person. You know what I mean? Like the most subtle of interactions, everything changes every moment of your life. So my life will not be like anybody's that has ever existed, down to the detail. So to try to copy somebody else in order to get there will not work. The idea and the images that I bring to my brain, maybe that's what I mean by a blank slate, to look at my future and say, there's nothing. I already know kind of what I want, and God knows what I want, right? So I don't need to look in my future and try to fill in the blanks with the movies and the people and the this and that. I don't need to fill in that blank. God has got that figured out. I only need to look so far ahead that I'm doing things right now. So forget the plans, and maybe I'm not going to make any other plans. Some little plans, sure, but like not grand life plans, maybe. I just need to think of the 2 to 3 things I want to do right now. And to have little goals like cleaning my room right now and paying off my credit card and saving money for whatever car maintenance things I have to do, like that stuff makes sense. And getting the income to move out, that makes sense. That's a normal goal. And potentially moving, that's a normal goal. But the other stuff, let's go blank slate about it. Let's think the world is open in front of me. I don't even need to think about how it's going to look, you know? Like maybe I don't need to think about how it's going to look. I already know that it's going to be great because I have to have faith about that. So I'm going to work on my faith for that. So my 3 focuses, unless I got this wrong: number 1, music; number 2, reading; and number 3, video. So I don't have to worry about sewing. I don't have to worry about working out. I don't have to worry about trying to make a yoga practice. I don't have to worry about trying to do photography. I don't have to worry about trying to draw and paint. All of that can wait. I don't have to finish that knitting project that I started like 3 years ago. I don't need to do it. All of that can wait. I can do that, right? I can do that. I need to free up my mind and free up my future and free up my energy and not feel weighed down because I can't get everything else done. So I'm going to clean up my room. I want to get this space optimized for my 3 focuses. And since music is number 1, that is the main focus. This room is for music and sleeping. It's really what it's got to be. I hope that I can get rid of this clothing rack entirely and minimize my wardrobe down as much as possible and put all these clothes in the closet, get rid of the rack, and put a desk there to get my keyboard, like have my keyboard on a desk and have that be the recording desk and have this room be optimized for music. I need to live in the now, the current projects that maybe I don't need to think of them as projects, the current living and what I want to do. So I'm forgetting all the plans before, and I'm not making plans for the future. I know what's right, and I need to work on my faith, and I need to work on my trust, and I need to work on the spirit. That has to be top priority, really. So I have this book from the Purple Palace. She has a channel on here. Shayna is her name. This is her workbook journal that she sells. There's an affirmation that she likes to say, and it's in here. My dream life is floating to me. That's the affirmation. My dream life is floating to me. Okay, closet clean out. I have got all these clothes here. I've got all these clothes that are like the ones that I wear like every day or whatever. They're my main like wardrobe. But the plan is to get my main wardrobe to all fit in the closet and then probably remove this rack. So that's the plan. So that means I need to get rid of or put in storage all the stuff in there and move that there. So I'm just gonna literally try on like everything. Okay. like I've got a little alcove.
Exactly.
It's like the room has been extended.
It's great.
It's such a
You
good
never
idea.
needed that anyway.
What I'm still doing is cleaning out this closet. There's just a little bit more space that I need to make in order to fit everything on my rack. So just a couple things need to come out, like a couple big chunks. I think, I don't know, maybe it's gonna be more of a challenge than I think, but I'm just gonna film the cleaning out a little bit, and then I will move the stuff from the rack, and then throughout the rest of this week, I will be cleaning out the rack, and then the rack will be removed. And this weekend, I am, hopefully, it will happen, but I am planning to buy a desk from a girl on Facebook Marketplace. I should be getting it this Sunday, hopefully. She has it on hold for me, and I hope it will work for my keyboard. I hope it can work in the space. I don't know, because I only have seen it online, and I've never bought anything on Facebook Marketplace. But I'm gonna do that, so that's the plan. Maybe I'll show you when I get it and everything. But I think things are falling into place, so fingers crossed. I will now continue with all of this. Okay, I already did some good work. I got a stack to sell, basically. So I'll take that probably to a consignment store / Depop. So that's good so far. Making progress already. So basically what happens is, after many years, your style evolves, and your tastes evolve, and your sense of what looks good on you evolves. So luckily, there are many clothes that are really just not gonna be for me anymore at all. And maybe if you give items enough time, and yes, it may take years, and people will say, don't be so attached to things, just let them go. Like, if it's not giving you joy or whatever, just get rid of it. But sometimes it's not giving you joy, but you're still attached. So time heals, and it will also make you get over your attachment to certain items. And then you're finally ready to let it go. Sometimes you just gotta give life time, you know? It all evolves, no matter what. It's gonna evolve, so there we go. Alright, I made a lot of progress. It doesn't look like it doesn't look any different, but I definitely got rid of a lot of things. So, down here I've got my storage bag and then a Goodwill bag. So, those will be removed as soon as the bags are full. And then I've got all this stuff here. Let me see if I can show you like this. Okay. Bags and, not bags, stacks of stuff that I'm gonna be selling, taking to a consignment store, and then also Depop, and whatever doesn't sell goes to Goodwill. And then I gotta throw away some jeans that are just not good and nobody's going to want them. Okay, so that's it for now. More progress as we go along.
Okay. Well, I'll leave this up.
So, okay. Alright. So I've made a lot of progress. I'm about to start putting the clothes from the rack into the closet. The closet is pretty much cleaned out as much as it's gonna be, I think, unless I might check a couple more pieces and decide. But it's mostly cleaned out. And I took some clothes to the consignment store today, a big giant bag of clothes. And I got $66 in cash, which is great. And then I'm gonna use that cash to buy a desk tomorrow from Facebook Marketplace. The desk costs $55. I didn't try to bargain for cheaper or anything. I just was like, let me just get this desk. So $55. So my clothes paid for the desk, not yet. Hopefully all goes well and I get it and it actually is a good enough desk in person. But God willing, I guess, the clothes paid for the desk, which is awesome. And the desk will go here where the rack is currently sitting. And then the desk will be for the keyboard and all sorts of other things. It's going to be great. If it is the perfect desk that I'm hoping it is, then I don't know, it's going to be perfect. So I'm just going to go through my closet one more time and then start moving the clothes from the rack into there. Let's get to it. So back to talking about achieving my dream life. I literally have no idea how I'm going to do it, so I can't really tell you what the next step is. But I know that things have been turning around ever since I started changing my mindset. And this is a change in mindset and perspective. To believe that everything truly does work out, to have faith in your destiny and all that, to have faith that you are on the right path, even if you can't see what the next thing is. And a big realization I had pretty early on in this journey is that each day, the odds are more likely that everything will work out. It's less likely that something horrible will happen. That's possible, but actually very unlikely. So when you take a step back and look at your own life, you can probably see how things have worked out, even if in the moment it felt like everything was going to go wrong. And at the end of each day, what if you could look back and feel that things went perfectly in your favor? Unless, of course, something horrible did happen. More on this in a second. So last thing I need to try on for the closet is my long sleeve t-shirts. And then once I try on these, I will move the rack clothes into the closet. And then we can go through the magazines, but I'll have to move the keyboard and clean off the keyboard because it's covered in dust because I haven't used it. And my room gets really dusty, which is extremely frustrating. If anybody has tips on how to dust a room or keep dust from accumulating, let me know, because it stresses me out and gives me anxiety actually to see the dust. So I gotta do that. So first let me try on these, then I'll move stuff over. It's taken a lot longer than I expected. Everything pretty much takes longer than you expect it to. Usually. Not everything, but most things that we try to accomplish in life take a lot longer than we plan. But it's all good. So I'm going to continue with this. Oh my gosh. I am exhausted. This is taking way longer, as I said it would. It's taking way longer than I thought to do all of this. I just had so many clothes. So cleaning, it's just a lot. But I think I have finally gotten my clothes down to kind of the wardrobe that I want it to be, I think. I went through a lot of the clothes one more time, not a lot, like not everything, but I looked through and I tried on a couple more things. And I removed some things, and I went through the clothing on my rack and I tried stuff on there, and then a lot of it I had to take down and it's going into the wash tomorrow. So there's only a couple things on there now, but I'm gonna move those clothes into the closet finally, and then tomorrow we get the desk. I'll move the keyboard, clean the keyboard, move the books that are on the ground, move the rack, put the desk in, put some books back, do whatever is gonna happen with the desk. But I think we're good with the rack. I think it's pretty much done. So I'm gonna put those clothes in there, and then at some other point I'll reorganize the clothes in the best order, because right now I don't like the categories that I put it in. Anyway, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, so I'm just saying that actually just relax, because probably everything's gonna be fine. As long as you did the right thing, you took care of business, and you're responsible, then I'm willing to bet that it's gonna be okay, because things work themselves out. So that really helped me a lot. And then I've just been trying the kind of lucky girl syndrome thing by saying everything works out for me, and it's been working out for me. For a long time, I kind of identified with being an unlucky person. I thought that I didn't have a lot of luck, and kind of my mindset was more about doubting my success. So this video is going to end shortly. This song is so epic, so I put it at the end. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'll probably just put a lot of stuff in the description because I do have more to say, but we'll just see. I'm gonna be documenting all this, trying to achieve my dreams and make my life the way I want it. I definitely made some progress by cleaning up my room. I think that's a concept. Before you can save the world, clean your room. So before I can, you know, live an amazing life. My life is already great. I'm already grateful, but there's more I'd like to do. So cleaned out my room. I'm not being so specific about my plans and goals anymore. I'm just having faith that some kind of good result is going to come from the work that I do. And I don't know, God's been doing amazing things. There's just so much, so follow along. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see the video of the whole room redecoration, or if you just want to see the rest of my journey. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye. My dad and I are trying to get this desk. We're getting the desk.